What's going on, guys? As always, it's Stephen DeLisle with DeLisle Properties in Keller Williams. We are here with the one and only Bill Rhodes with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. We get to look at one of his amazing exclusive listings. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we are in my hometown today, Travelers Rest, South Carolina. This is 208 McElhaney Road. We are literally a stone's throw, a golf cart ride, or a short bicycle ride to downtown Travelers Rest.
Yeah, what I'm excited about is, yes, the house is gorgeous. Yes, the house has a ton of character. The location, as I always say in real estate, of course, is the location, location, location. I'm excited to talk about Travelers Rest in so many different ways, but let's go take a look at the house in the meantime.
That sounds great. Let's go. Hang on while we're out here. Let's just take a minute to enjoy this front porch and this whole entire setting. I have always said that this is one of my favorite houses in Travelers Rest due to the curb appeal. You cannot recreate this. This is absolutely spectacular. We've got an oak tree out there. Gosh, what do you think of that thing?
Probably 125 years old. I mean, I'm not a forest kind of guy, but that looks absolutely gorgeous because it creates not only the amazing landscape around here, which you'll have to stick around to the end of the video to find out what's in the backyard and kind of fruit trees that this house provides as well. But the amount of shade, it almost feels like Augusta.
Yeah, it really does. It is absolutely beautiful.
So first things first with me, Bill, it looks like they refinished the floors, which are real hardwoods, by the way.
Real hardwoods, and they have been completely redone on the first level and the second level.
And first things I notice, besides the floors, are the two fireplaces, which are functioning.
They are. And that gives you that feel of more of a historical kind of house.
Right.
This to me feels very historic, even though the house was built in 1967.
It's like its own little sitting area for even the kids, or the official dining room table. It's such, you're not going into the house right away and you're sitting in the living space, which most new construction.
You get a very nice foyer. Yes, you got your formal, kind of old school, formal living room with the furniture with the plastic on it that you could never touch, you know, back in the day. You've got that over there, and then you've got a gorgeous dining room here. Again, we're on the front of the house, so you get to see all the landscaping out of the front of the house and the nice big windows we've got.
You also have central heating and air. That's another thing to touch on too, because it is the age that it is, but it also has updated utilities and things like that.
All that's been updated.
Awesome.
Even though we do have the remnants of baseboard heaters, if you ever were in a pickle and you needed it, they do work.
Okay. So now we're in living room number 3.
Well, yes, basically, that's right. This is gonna be your grand living room in the house. I love the character of this house. We have the wood beams. We have the brick fireplace on this side. The third fireplace in the house.
That actually works, which impresses me because this age of home, normally, you might attest to this as well, those would be bricked off, would look pretty. They might have some firewood under there, but they don't function. And these do.
Well, that's an actual propane wood heater that you can actually fire up, and it actually does heat the house in case of an emergency.
Tell us a little bit about the nuts and bolts of the house. So how many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage?
Nuts and bolts, we are right around 2,800 square feet. Sitting on 1.47 acres, we have got 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, with a massive 4-car garage.
I'd just buy it for the garage.
Car, golf cart, and all your bicycles.
Yeah, maybe throw a boat in there.
Everything. We can certainly fit that in the backyard on the 1.47 acres.
What I like too is that this is a neighborhood, right? But it doesn't have HOA.
Nope.
And you have this amount of space, so you don't have, you're not tight. You have a little bit of elbow room in between your neighbors, and just the vicinity to the downtown Travelers Rest area. Tell us a little bit more about that and why you love this house because of the location.
Travelers Rest has really blossomed, I would say in the last 10 years, it really kind of has become known around the country. Right. People are moving here every single day. They are finding out of Travelers Rest through advertising, magazines that is being distributed throughout the whole entire country. Right. Travelers Rest gives you that really nice, quaint, small town feel. We still, like last weekend, they had an art stroll. Okay, yep. So they have local artists set up little tents, and they are mom and pop artist shops and things like that. One interesting fact about downtown Travelers Rest, there are no chain restaurants allowed in the city of Travelers Rest.
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, like you said, Travelers Rest had a couple of restaurants, might have like the mom and pop coffee shop, which we would come visit. When I come down here to show houses, the abundance of growth that has happened in the last 10 years, barbecue to the mom and pop, whatever you can think of, it's probably on that main strip. And to tie it all together, you've got the Swamp Rabbit Trail that starts here and goes how far now?
It's over 30 miles now.
Yeah, so, and it's cool how the restaurants are right on the Swamp Rabbit Trail.
And the Swamp Rabbit Trail was really the thing that kicked off Travelers Rest. When that thing launched, people came from all over the country because it was very unique at the time. Now there's a lot of them around, but ours is really unique because it does come from all the way from Travelers Rest, and you can end up in downtown Greenville on your bike. And Travelers Rest is really good about, they're doing a lot more community events with Trailblazer Park, with the art strolls, things like that. We have Thursday night concerts, farmers markets on Saturday. And one cool thing about Travelers Rest that I love, and I tell people all the time, all the main streets in downtown Travelers Rest are 25 miles an hour. So if you have a street legal golf cart, you can ride your golf cart all through downtown Travelers Rest.
That's a pro tip right there.
One of my favorite things to do. If you see a golf cart on a Saturday or Sunday, it's probably me.
All right, Bill, so you've got the living space, of course, that we were just standing in, and now you've got this kitchen. You've got, looks like granite countertops. I personally like that you've got this partition wall, if you will, or just like a half wall that separates the two spaces so that you can prep your food and still have entertaining spaces like at the front of the house and even on the back porch. What's
great is from right here, you've got views out the front and the back. You've got an eat-in kitchen, you got a dining room in the front, and then if you wanted to go enjoy the screened-in porch, you got an access right there. And you're right, the kitchen it gives you that feeling, kind of an old school historical kind of kitchen with the backsplash, but it's got everything that you need.
And you also have the laundry room that's off of the kitchen too. Looks like you have a half bathroom here as well.
Utility half bath. Since we're here, let's go take a look at the office, and then I want to show you the 4-car garage.
Let's do it. The feature that I like about this is it's got its own door.
This is a second little front porch. You can come into this room, or you can go into the dining room.
Yeah, when you have a stressful
phone
call, you can go outside.
That's exactly right. If you're on a call, you can just walk outside, take a deep breath, enjoy the fresh air. And now, the 4-car garage. This is something you just don't see every day. You know, I've told people this house is kind of a unicorn. That sounds cliche, but really, to have 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and a 4-car garage in walking distance to downtown Travelers Rest.
That's really not something you see every day. All right, so Bill, you mean 4-car garage when you're saying 4-car garage. Like, holy cow.
I'm telling you, 4 cars, golf cart, bicycles, kayaks, woodworking shop, pottery wheel, whatever you want to do out here, you have got the space. You know, you have got the space.
But you also have these windows too. It's not like a cave. I mean, this thing is super deep.
I know. And the owners did the whole epoxy floor, so they made it really, really nice out here.
All right, so Bill, we're right here by the master bedroom, but we also have a full bath here for the rest of whoever comes and visits.
Sure, plenty of space for entertaining. You've got a full bathroom down here, along with a half bath over in the laundry. You've got the master downstairs with its own bathrooms. There's plenty of space for everybody.
And in the master, you can see that there's 2 separate closets as well, his and her.
Yep.
And then you've got how many bedrooms upstairs?
4 bedrooms and another full bathroom upstairs.
Let's go see that.
I'm telling you, this place has got just surprises around every corner.
All right, Bill. 4 bedrooms up here. One of them I like the most.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. So tell us a little bit about the upstairs.
So 4 bedrooms. All the floors have been refinished. Everything's been painted. I know. I mean, it is so incredibly fresh and detailed. The owners really painstakingly have done this over the last 6 months and really refreshed the whole entire house. What's nice about this up here, you've got 4 bedrooms. One of them is a really cool, kind of gives you an old world feel, very historic feel. You do have a full bath on this level, which is great for guests or grandkids or anybody.
All right, Mr. Bill, we are in the most relaxing backyard I've been in a while. I just feel like having a glass of sweet tea right here. Tell us a little bit more about this space.
This was actually built by the owners after they moved in. They wanted a screened-in porch, and here you have it, my friends. I mean, it's actually, it doesn't have just your standard wood decking in here. It is brick paver flooring. Of course, you got TV. It's fully screened, so you can come out here at any time and enjoy it bug-free.
And you also have a non-screened-in area, which I would grill in.
That's exactly what that's for.
But I like how it has both.
And it's structurally sound for a hot tub and already wired with the 220. So you really kind of have everything that you need out here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show you really what's in the backyard. Come on, let's go take a look. So, the backyard. It's fenced, not the whole property's fenced.
Okay.
1.47 acres. One thing that's really cool that you may not recognize when I didn't, I'm not a tree guy, but there's a pear tree, there's a peach tree, there is blackberry bushes, there are grapevines, there is a fully enclosed dog pen, there is a electrical wired building back here for storage. They actually have it set up as a man cave movie room.
When I get in trouble, that's where I'm kicked out.
That's exactly right, or just when you want to.
Yeah.
Just when you want to.
It can be my choice,
That's
right?
exactly right.
What I like too is, so if someone wasn't a tree person and then it becomes spring and things are starting to bloom and make fruit, you pointed out quite a few things, but it's like through the entire backyard you've got these.
They love those kind of things, and so they really have planted them. Fruit trees are a funny thing because they take a little while to start producing fruit. Every one of these has been here long enough to produce fruit every year.
Yeah, definitely mature trees for sure.
It is cool, yeah.
And I like that you also back up to the woods, so as we're even standing here, the amount of birds chirping, you hear more of that than road noise.
Sure.
So very peaceful.
It's
backyard.
quiet, peaceful. The dog's got a place to be back here. You got everything that you could ever want in a backyard, really. Check it out.
That's not a bad man cave. Got finished floors, projector.
Got a little heater, projector on the wall, electrical, everything's out here. And upstairs, you've got dedicated storage. So Christmas tubs, any kind of thing like that, you can go up the staircase and you're not, on a pull down, disappearing attic stairs.
And I like that it's on the back end of this property too, far enough away from the house. If you wanted to blare a movie, you could.
Yeah. It's not like intrusive to the house, like sitting up there close.
Right.
You've got a lot of space out here.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is what $859,000 will buy you right here in Travelers Rest. You're really a slice of heaven, in my opinion.
It is a one of a kind over here.
Yeah.
It really is. There's nothing like this out here in Travelers Rest.
And if you wanted to get more information about this property, reach out to Bill directly. Tell them how they can reach out.
You can find me all over the socials, or you can find me at thebillrhodes.com, or you can go to Steven and all his socials and find him, and then he can call me, and you can come over here and we can do a deal together.
Any chance we could work together, man.
I love it.
That is always great. And guys, remember with DeLisle Properties, luxury always comes standard. All right, guys, I told you one of them was my favorite room, and I can just imagine the 20-year-old Benjamin Franklin just figuring out how electricity works in this room.
Oh my